watching. It's hard to believe, but it's been 4 years and millions of views, hundreds and thousands of views every month. And we went from making videos like this, which was a GoPro in my work vise, to videos like this in 4K. We're supported on Patreon currently, so thank you all Patreon supporters. And what seems to be the start of a successful YouTube channel. So thank you, and I'm going to answer some FAQs that I get because it's been 4 years and I've never done an FAQ video, and I get a lot of the same questions over and over again. So I'm going to answer them for you. So one of the questions I get a lot is, do I own a vacuum store? And the answer is no. Do I work in a vacuum store? And the answer is not anymore. I have pursued a career elsewhere. I only worked in a vacuum store as long as I did due to some things that happened in the economy, me moving, and then my last vacuum store I worked at, really I couldn't change jobs due to my marriage situation and my wife's immigration situation. So no, I don't currently work in a vacuum store, but I did for 16 years, which is a long time. It's too bad I didn't work in the same one with a retirement pension. I would have had it by now. As some of you who are astute may have noticed, my videos kind of changed where I was shooting them. Back in late 2017, early 2018, you would have noticed a change. You notice the workbench is a little different here. Camera works better. The tools are definitely better. So you can really tell I left the industry, left all this stuff behind. And many people who have known me over the years knew that I worked 2 jobs, and I was always involved in my family business, which is a manufacturing business. So as soon as I was able to clear my wife's visa paperwork, which required staying at the same job for a certain period of time, I left and just continued the same work I had been doing, this time in my garage, not having to fly back and forth. Even though I've left the vacuum industry officially, it kind of sucks you back in. I've continued this part-time YouTube gig. As many of you know, I still post videos twice a week on vacuum cleaners. And I still really like vacuum cleaners, and that's what's unusual about where I sat in the industry. When you look at Don't Touch My Coffee or some of these other vacuum techs, they get burned out or they weren't really passionate about vacuums. I met a vacuum shop owner the other day who told me he hated vacuum cleaners. He always has. And occasionally I do fill in at a friend's vacuum shop or help my friend who is a central vacuum installer. So I am related in the industry, and I have a lot of friends who are collectors and still very much in the industry. So I still have that insider perspective, knowledge, and community that really no other YouTuber has. Next frequently asked question I get a lot is how I got into the industry. Well, it was my schoolwork program that had placed me at a vacuum cleaner shop, and I worked there for a while, and then I was encouraged by my parents, like so many other people, to go to college. So I went into a local college in a slightly different city, but to get my computer network degree and several certifications, things like A+, Cisco certifications, Network Plus, that sort of thing. And I attended school and all that there. I did that pretty early in my life because I skipped a year of high school. I actually graduated a year early, which was kind of nice. So I went through this program, learned how to do all this stuff. And so of course when the recession hit, I was living in New Mexico where there weren't a lot of jobs or really a good economy. It's one of the poorest states in the union. So I went back to vacuums, and I continued doing that for a while, a long time, until currently. So I would do vacuums full time. Now the other thing that happened education-wise at the time in New Mexico is I was dating a pre-PhD biology student who was doing Drosophila research on fruit fly anomalies. For those who don't know what Drosophila are, and my ex is somewhere in that picture, and we'll leave it at that. But I found myself on weekends and holidays constantly in Richard Cripp's biology lab in UNM. Arguably, I think I spent more time in a biology lab than I did working with network equipment in my degree. So that's my background, folks, in terms of my education. Next question I get a lot is, what is my favorite vacuum? And this is not what I'm recommending people buy. This is just what my personal favorite vacuums are. I like so many different ones. I would say for the upright, as I'm showing here, the Hoover Concept 1 was really a special machine. It's my favorite all-around upright. As far as canisters go, I really like canister vacuum cleaners all around, but I would say the Miele 300 series is modular, sleek, and technologically innovative for its time. So, and it had a long run and a lot of different models. I would say this is one of my favorite canisters. So no surprise there. The next question I get a lot, and you'll see different ones in the background, is why is there a bicycle in the background? Are we repairing bicycles? No. I'm an avid cyclist, and I would always ride to work, whether it was 18 miles or 10 miles or 8 miles or 12 miles. I would always ride to work unless it was really icy out or really deep snow. When you watch my older videos, you'll see one of these 3 bicycles in the background. So keep an eye out for that next time you're watching older performance reviews videos. My bicycle leads me to the next question I get a lot, which is, why are your video work so shitty? Why is it your camera is flying all over the place? Well, the answer for the bad camera work, bad audio, bad everything in the beginning was, well, I was using an action cam. Why the action cam isn't bad itself. Why my Sony action cam could record in 1080p, it often was out of focus, or its fisheye lens, really weird effects. On top of that, I often either had it in a vise or just strapped to a water bottle or something on my bench. So that's why some of the video work is so bad. The other reason is I would sometimes use a cell phone. So yeah, cell phone videos, enough said. Later I would borrow my wife's camera, which was 1080p, but it was much better than what we were using before. And I would use that up until Patreon supporters, one in particular, donated for a camera, and then the next month we got a proper microphone. So that's where you see images like this and like this. Another strange fact that led to poor video quality is I used the YouTube video editor, and then when that stopped, I just kind of made one clip takes, and now I have Adobe Premiere. Again, thank you to Patreon supporters. So as you've noticed, the channel quality has gotten much better. The next commonly asked question, I've been getting this question for years, is please review this vacuum, whatever this vacuum is. It's XXX. And I would love to review it if you'd send it to me, but a lot of times people ask if I can review very strange machines that are one-ofs or hard to get. And I have a friend who is a vacuum collector and has a lot of stuff, so I am able to get some stuff out of his collection, but again, I can't review every single Dirt Devil, though I will try to review as many vacuums as possible. I do have an Amazon wish list where I state some of the machines I'm looking to review, so feel free to send me an email if you want to send me a machine for review. The next question or statement I see a lot is, you have a lot of views but not a lot of subscribers. What's up with that? Well, that's part of being a reference channel. It definitely helps if you click notification bells and turn on all notifications and do that, but a lot of people just come to my channel to learn how to change a belt or a review on a specific vacuum and then leave. So that's why I don't have more subscriptions, but I do have a lot of views. I do pay attention to who's watching my channel. As you can see, there's only 2 genders according to Google. I'm going to get demonetized for that watch. But I can see who and what device watches my channel, what country, all that stuff. The next question I've been getting a lot, especially from the big brains on Reddit, is I have an Amazon store, which means I can neatly sort which products that I like, that have given good reviews or have used. Some I haven't been able to show videos of, but it's a way of nicely organizing it. I also get a little bit of a commission for being an affiliate. And what this means is I can pick any product on Amazon's website. As long as it's fulfilled by Amazon, I can link to it, and they give me a small commission. Doesn't really matter which product. They don't really care. The only thing that they even pay more for is Audible book ads and Amazon related services. But if I'm linking to something like a Hoover or a Miele, there's no difference. So it really doesn't make a difference what I link to. But this is a great way for me to get some sort of my time put into the channel back, and with the YouTube advertising policy being a new policy pretty much every month, this is a way to sustain the channel. As you can see, I'm not exactly getting rich off this. So the big brains at Reddit really should lay off the whole, oh, you're corrupt from your Amazon links and all that. No, I'm still linking to the same thing that I recommended before I did a partnership with Amazon. And if for some reason you haven't checked out my Amazon store, I recommend that you just look through it. It's basically everything that I recommend. And you can see it's pretty unique to me. It doesn't coincide really with anybody else's opinions. As everybody knows, I'm not afraid to give something a bad review or something I don't like. And that's, again, why I partnered with Amazon, because I don't have any pressure to give a positive or negative review to anything. I can just do what I want. So it's kind of the freest marketplace that I can be somewhat sponsored by. The next question I get a lot is the shortness of breath, the heavy breathing, all that. Well, I'm at a mile above sea level in every video, whether I was in Denver or Albuquerque. They're both a mile above sea level, and there's not a lot of oxygen up here. So despite being in shape and being a cyclist who podiums at races, I still get out of breath sometimes out here, even though I've been at high altitude almost my whole life. The next question I get all the time, it's really somebody trying to figure out what vacuum they should buy, but they ask me, what vacuum do I own? I worked in a vacuum shop. I could have anything I want at cost. Well, the answer to that, of course, is a central vacuum. In my hashtag central vacuum propaganda, I think a central vacuum is the final solution and the best vacuum you can have. And I think there's no excuse for a house not to have a central vacuum. You can do retrofits in most houses if it's not a 100-year-old house, or something crazy like that. Even the White House and other historic buildings have central vacs from the 1800s. So, again, the answer always is a central vacuum. That's what I use. That's what I love. I do, of course, I did that vacuum of the month where I would try different vacuums, but for the most part, I use a central vacuum. For convenience, quiet, and durability. I don't bring my work home with me, having a central vacuum. Well, thank you folks so much for watching my FAQ video. These 4 years have been amazing. I look forward to another 4 years of central vacuum propaganda and making more videos for you folks. If you have comments, questions, please post them below. Make sure you hit that bell notification. I'm not going to rant too much, I promise. To see my latest videos. And currently our video schedule is Wednesday 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time and Saturday 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, though that could change at any point. Have a wonderful day.